Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Melody Beatty, welcome back to another episode of Make It to Midnight. This is episode number 25, and this is the Thanksgiving episode. It's going to be a quick one because I'm actually about to catch a flight back to South Carolina to spend it with my parents and brother and family and friends, the whole thing. It's also rivalry weekend in college football, so I'm grateful for that. But I wanted to come on here real quick, again, probably like a 10 to 15 minute episode, and just share a few of the things I'm grateful for, especially because we're coming up on the 1 year anniversary of starting the Make It to Midnight brand. But Thanksgiving is one of my favorite times of the year. It always has been because it's a time where a lot of people get off work and you have so many opportunities to sit and really think about your year, what you've accomplished, the things you've had to overcome, what you're still battling, what you hope to overcome. And it's just, I love time periods of reflection, and Thanksgiving and Christmas are those times. And I also feel like I come up with a lot of my best ideas during those times. But obviously Thanksgiving, it's all about gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most important ingredients to living a happy life, a successful life, a peaceful life, most importantly. The attitude of gratitude, you hear it your whole life. It will change the trajectory of it. You begin each day with something you're grateful for. Now, I'm going to share two things with you guys, but before I get into those two things, I want to remind you about one of the things that I shared way back in one of the first episodes, because this one has to do with being grateful. And it was, if every day you woke up with the things you said you were thankful for the day before, how much would you wake up with? And to be honest, the answer for a lot of us would be no, because we don't wake up, we don't go to bed saying these things out loud, thanking God for giving us the roof over our head, the food on our plates, the opportunity to make a living, just the opportunity to be alive, opportunity to walk. We very rarely express these things vocally, and it's so important that we do. Your life will feel a whole lot more full if you do it. So just keep that in mind. Try to practice saying the things you're grateful for out loud, and you'll notice a difference in how you carry yourself through those days. It almost puts on a different type of armor for you, because if you wake up and you truly are grateful for just the ability to walk, the next little bad thing that's going to happen to you throughout the day, whether somebody just is bothering you, you get cut off at a light, you're coming from a place of, man, I just woke up today and I'm glad that I have my two legs and they're working. Though the other small things don't affect you near as much. So put on the armor of gratitude each morning. Now, first thing I'm going to share with you, I saw this video, I think it was the Today Show, they did it, and they set up a mic at a high school in New York, and it just says, say something that you're thankful for or excited about going on in your life. And I wrote down some of the things that these kids shared. So remember, these kids are anywhere from 14 to 18 years old. And it's a perfect example of how skewed our brains get the older we get, and we just start to forget about these small things that actually make up our lives. So these were some of the things: waking up at a good time and not missing the bus, making a new friend, better relationship with my mom/sister, straight A's, found a new passion for wrestling, got complimented about her hair. This girl saw teachers come to school and she noticed that they were happy to see her and see other students. One girl invited people to church, and a lot of those people showed up. And another kid drove a manual car for the first time. And if you could just see the difference, you got to go watch this video. I'll link it in the description, because a lot of the kids go up there very timid, not smiling. They're a little bit nervous. Who knows why they're even sitting up at the mic, if their friend was kind of daring them, hey, go say something. But the minute that they express what they're thankful for, it's like a weight is lifted off their shoulders. They're smiling big. Their friend that they're sitting next to, they want to participate in it. Gratitude is contagious, and you can be the one to spread it. But I just thought it was cool to hear from the high school kids' lens of the things that they're grateful for and how much we're missing that in our life now. It seems the older we get, the more that it takes for us to even notice the opportunity to be grateful. So we got to reverse that. And then what I wanted to share was the things that I am grateful for, because there's a lot to be grateful for. And I'm going to dive into a few of these more so than the others. Off the top, I got 5 things for you that I'm grateful for. 100% grateful for my health and my family. Health is something I try to never take for granted, because so many of there's 3 people I think there's 3 people at our church right now that are around my age and have cancer. I know of 2 people. I'm not close with either of them, but they're still within my first, second circle of friends that have lost their husbands, and they're also my age. One of them was a sickness that came back up unexpectedly and then took them, within 2 to 3 weeks. The other one was legit. This couple was on a honeymoon, and the husband was struck by lightning. And it sounds fake. Wish it was fake, but it's a perfect reminder and example of being grateful for just having the people around you that you do have around you. So I'm grateful for my health, my family, having a support system around me is everything. I'm grateful for that. Always got to shout out health and family, because it could be taken from you at any moment. So cherish it. Tell the people, tell your family you love them this holiday season. Second thing I'm grateful for, delayed gratification, things that do not happen in the amount of time that I want them to happen. And in the moment, I hate these things. I want them now. I want them when I have them planned for. But every single time, I'm better off getting it whenever God wants me to have it instead of when I want to have it. Because a lot of the times, the things that I want, probably the same for all of us, things that we want, we're not ready. We haven't become the person that is capable of receiving those gifts. We're still in the process of being made to be able to handle whatever load, whatever weight is next up for us. So I'm grateful for the delayed gratification in my life. Third thing, this is one of the highlights of my year. It is new friendships. I'm 29 years old, and I think a lot of times after, probably in those first 3 to 4 years after college, you make that last group of friends, or who you feel will be your last group of friends, until maybe you have kids, or are surrounded by your kids' sports teams, whatever activities they're into, and getting around those other parents. But I think this is another thing we could change the narrative on, because there's so many incredible people out there. This year, there's a handful that I've learned so much from. I've known for less than a year, and it's some of my favorite friendships to enjoy. And then 5 years ago, I never would have thought I would make close friends at age 29 within the span of 4 to 5 months. So it's awesome. Keep being open to meeting new people. New relationships are everything. Community is everything. Community is one of the keys to longevity, and it is scientifically backed by all of these biologists and everyone. So be open to making new friends. It will make your year that much more full. The fourth thing I'm grateful for, it is people who live their life with enthusiasm, because it inspires me. It gets my energy going. It gets everybody around them going, and they stand out in this world. And that is what we need. We need to surround ourselves with people that are making the difference. My wife, she's amazing at this. I think it is her top quality. Obviously, everybody has bad days. She has bad days. I have bad days. But for the most part, she carries an attitude of enthusiasm towards the mundane things of life, and it makes the smallest acts, the smallest bumps in the road, the smallest wins that much more enjoyable, and it makes life that much more exciting to get up and go through when you have that attitude of enthusiasm. You want to make a difference, become an optimist, and be enthusiastic, and I promise it's going to rub off on people. And the last thing I'm thankful for, we're about to wrap it up. I promise you guys it'll only be 10 minutes, and right at the 10 minutes. I'm grateful for you, whoever is listening to this, whoever has bought the merch, go buy it, www.makeittomidnight.com. Get this sweatshirt. I started the brand a little bit over, or less than a year ago. We're at over 1,200 followers on Instagram. We have over 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we're at almost 1,000 downloads on the podcast, which is incredible. And it's only been a year. So thank you to everybody that comments. Tyler Olson, if you're listening to this, thank you. You're always showing love in everything that I do, and I'm beyond grateful for you. I'm grateful for so many of the people, Preston, Brendan, all of the Make It to Midnight Day One riders. I'm looking through here right now. Gary Lloyd, Jacob Council, Jake Sales, my boy Henry, Alec Marvin, Kai, PJ, everybody, Jake, Steven, all these people. I get so many nice messages, and it truly is so encouraging. Oh, Rustin, shout out Rustin as well. Rustin Cole, you need to be a comedian, bro. I know that's your dream. You need to chase it. You are funny. But thank you to all of you guys for always showing support. Sometimes it can be a little bit discouraging on my end when I'm putting these videos out into the void and they're not getting a ton of likes, clicks, shares. I don't know if they're making impact. That's the number one thing I want. And I can be dejected on myself if I feel like I'm putting out things that don't make an impact. But you guys let me know that it does make an impact. You share it with people, and I appreciate it more than you know. Can't wait to see who's with us next year in the Make It to Midnight family. It's going to be awesome. Keep sharing this with your friends. Tell someone you're grateful for them today. When you're with your family, try to let those small things roll off the back, even though I know they can piss you off sometimes and you want to be yelling at them. You want to be getting into arguments. But at the end of the day, a lot of times family is all you got. And at any moment, somebody or something could be taken from you. So be grateful. Carry a heart of gratitude, and gratitude will spill out. Thanks for being here. This is episode 25 of Make It to Midnight. Subscribe. Enjoy your Thanksgivings, and I'll see you next week.